Hey everybody, I'm here with a new series called Reddit Reads. Now, before I get started, first I want to talk about what exactly this is. So, as you guys may know, Reddit is home to some of the scariest shit on the clear web, or the surface web, whatever you want to call it. And a lot of shit has gone down. As there are a lot of other YouTube channels out there, and I know I probably am not going to do the best at this, and there's obviously some that are a lot better. Shout out to Corpse Husband, because he's my number one idol for these videos, and the reason why I'm starting this series. Now, do note that I will have a channel dedicated to these after I realize, if I soon note that you guys are really interested in watching these. Without further ado, as well, also I forgot to mention, I will try to do my best to make this sound good and realistic. A few things I've noticed as I've done a few episodes of these, recorded and it's not uploaded, is that the people that type these up don't always use the best grammar, and they don't use the best punctuation, so that may throw me off, as typically that's something I do look for, and I don't know. As well as this particular one has several chapters, I believe 4 or 5 to be exact. It could be less, could be more, I don't remember. But without further ado, let's get started. Just let me start off by saying the reason I stayed employed so long after the first weird thing happened was because the job paid well over. It was about 10 minutes away by driving from my house. So before anyone asks, that's why I didn't end up quitting. Sorry, I didn't up and quit. I worked at a large hotel in a medium-sized city in the Midwest where it isn't important, but I got the job right out of high school, and that was perfect for me. Good pay, close to home, easy as hell. And I did research on the hotel. It wasn't built on any ancient burial grounds, and from what I could tell, no one had ever died there. I didn't experience anything remotely weird until the third floor renovations started. I had a kind of jack-of-all-trades position at the hotel, meaning I did a lot of different things. I cleaned rooms, worked the front desk, delivered room service orders, sometimes even did lifeguard duty at the pool. Once the shit started happening, it happened all over. And me being in the position I was, I saw more than any other employee did. Believe what you want, but the events I'm about to recall were all too real for me. I wish I was just being creative. I got to my night shift at 8 p.m. on Tuesday. Being that it was in the middle of the week, we had about half our regular occupancy. By no means an empty hotel, but just generally less hustle was needed than, say, a Friday or Saturday night. The first few hours of my shift went as they normally did. I checked for any incoming reservations due to arrive that night, of which there were only 2. The kitchen closed at 10, so I only had to run up 1 room service order, which I ended up getting a $10 tip from, so that was nice. I was getting ready to settle in at the front desk when the phone rang. I looked up and noticed it was from a room. Our new phone system had a digital display showing us where it was coming from and what room was calling us. And this call said it was coming from room 323. Immediately, I was suspicious, as remodeling had started on the 3rd floor about 2 weeks prior, and I answered the phone. Front desk got, insert name here. This is Nick. How can I help you? There was a cough on the other end. I repeated myself. Sorry. How are you? Replied a young woman's voice. I'm doing fine. And yourself? Well, not too good, actually, she said with a hint of worry in her voice. I'm sorry to hear that. Is there anything in particular I can help you with? I'm not sure, maybe. My regular script I followed had made me forget where the call came from. I finally inquired. Can I ask where you're calling from, ma'am? I'm in room 323, and you're right. I need help. I now started to think, but I never suggested she needed help, but okay. Ma'am, room 323 is currently unavailable due to the third floor renovation. Are you sure that's where you are? What's your name? I need help, Nick. Right now. I don't know what's supposed to come up here. I don't think I was supposed to come up here, she said. With a sense of dread I could feel through the phone. Now I got it. She had wandered up to the third floor and somehow gotten lost. How she could have got to the third floor is beyond me. There were signs everywhere. She went into room 323 and used the phone to call. Okay, what's wrong? And what's your name, miss? I asked. I can't get out. The door won't open. It needs to open. Confused and slightly irritated by her not answering my question, I cut to the chase. Your name, miss? She hesitated. Marion Kennedy, she sputtered out. One moment, please, I said, already halfway through my check into the current occupancy list in the computer system. No Marion Kennedy. Weird. Okay, Miss Kennedy, I'm not finding you here. Are you here with someone else who your room may be under? And and what room were you initially in? I need help. Please come to room 323 and help me. Please. Be more calm. Boy, did I fuck that up. Please. She said, noticing more calm than before. Almost as if she was annoyed to still be on the phone with me. Miss Kent is all I managed to get out before the line clicked and I realized I'd be hung up on. What the fuck? I just muttered to myself. I set a be back in 5 sign on the front counter and made my way up to the room on the 3rd floor. I reached the hallway that room 323 sat in, and as soon as I crossed the threshold into it, I was overcome with a feeling of panic. The hairs stood up on the back of my neck, as they say. Now, apprehensive to the move forward, I looked around me. There was equipment and materials strewn about, and a large sheet of plastic covering most of the wall and doors on the left-hand side. I could hear the faint sound of music coming from down the hall. Room 323 would be somewhere in the middle. I slowly made my way down the hall, illuminated by 2 light bulbs at each end. Darkness was meeting at the center of the hallway. As I got closer to the music, it got louder. As I got closer, the music got louder. It was 1920s style music, like it was being played from a phonograph. I got closer to the darkness. I noticed a red light. I noticed a dark red light emanating from under one of the doors. I'm sure you can guess what door it is. I stood in front of room 323, essentially shaking due to the sense of uneasiness I had. I listened closely, trying to hear over the music for anything else. Miss Kennedy, I choked out of my dry throat. No response. Just as I was about to turn around and get away, I heard a voice from the other side. Come on in, said a cheery male voice. The calmness in the man in his voice proved soothing. And I became ever so slightly more comfortable with the situation. Miss Kennedy called down to the front desk who needed help with something. Miss Kennedy called down to the front desk saying she needed help with something. She's in the bathroom right now. Why don't you come on in and we'll get to the bottom of it, the man said. I hesitated. Come on in, boy. We don't bite, he said, and with a small chuckle. Now this is where it gets weird. He kept on chuckling as I used my master key to unlock the electric lock. I turned the knob slowly, still scared half to death. As I inched the door open, his chuckle turned into a full-blown maniacal laugh as the red light from the room began to flood into the darkness. Suddenly, the laugh and the music stopped, as if it all had been one noise abruptly cut off. I will never forget the small moment of silence I stood in. It enveloped me in fear. I stood there motionless until I heard a faint whisper from not one, but two voices. Just a little bit further. That was it. I sprinted full speed down the hallway, back the way I came, ran down the stairs, and back to the front desk. I immediately called the police. They got there and went up to check room 323 and found nothing but renovation equipment related to the work being done in that room at the time. No music player, no people, and nothing that I could have given off a red glow. On top of that, there was no evidence anyone had been in there, and the workers included, in quite a while, as evidenced by a buildup of dust. My apologies, guys. And if that weren't enough, there was no phone in the room. They said to call back if I had any more trouble, and I apologized for wasting their time. Thankfully, they were cool cops, though. They told me my job was my safety. I reiterated to call them back if anything else weird went on. I walked them out the front door of the hotel and walked back to the front desk. On it was a return envelope for room keys. People give back and check out, marked 323. On the back of the envelope was a short survey. They marked 1 for each line and included a short note on the provided lines floor below. Maybe next time is what it wrote. I never dealt with anything quite like that again, but I do have some other really scary shit to tell you about the hotel I worked at. Maybe I'll even tell you why I eventually quit. Thanks for reading. And thanks for listening, guys. From Nick to me, and from me to you guys, thank you so much for listening. I really, really enjoyed doing this. I hope this does eventually come out to be worthwhile, and I really do want to get more out of this. If you guys enjoyed this, y'all know what to do. Slap, smash, and beat that like button. Hit subscribe. Share this with your friends, family, roommates, pets, zoo animals, co-workers, teachers, students if you're a teacher. I don't know, anybody. Let this get out there, guys, and I will definitely be back with more. If you guys have any recommendations on Reddit stories you guys would like me to read, please email me them, and the link to the email will be in the description down below for you guys to contact me. But until next time, guys, stay spooky and peace out.